Good morning. Welcome back to our chemistry class. So last class we discussed about the solutions. Now we are going to discuss about the concentration of a solution and how to express the concentration of a solution. The different ways are there, and also today we should discuss about the suspension. Okay, let's move on to the class. First of all, we are going to discuss about the concentration of a solution. What do you mean by concentration of a solution? In order to understand about the term concentration, I just given an activity. That is, when you take a glass of water, to this glass of water, when you added a 2 teaspoonful of a sugar, the same way another glass of water, the same amount of water we took, then add about 5 or 10 depending on you, and now I took the 6 teaspoonful of sugar into the second glass, and when it mixed together, when it mixed separately, and when you taste the first one and the second one, you came to understand that the more sweeter is the second one. What is the reason? Because their concentration, the sugar solution, their concentration is more in the second glass than the first one. That is what we are going to discuss about the concentration of a solution. ഒരു solution അകത്ത് എത്രമാത്രം സൊല്യൂട്ടിന്റെ അളവ് എന്നതിനെ പറ്റിയുള്ള ഒരു knowledge ആണ് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് പറയുന്നത് concentration of a solution എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. Okay, so we can define the concentration of a solution as it is the amount of a solute present in the given amount of solvent or given amount of solution. It is the amount of a solute present in the given amount of a solvent or given amount of a solution is known as a concentration of a solution. We can find the concentration of any solution by the different manner. ഒരുപാട് മെത്തേഡ് ഉണ്ട് നമുക്ക് ഒരു സൊല്യൂഷന്റെ കോൺസെൻട്രേഷൻ ഫൈൻഡ് ഔട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ. For your future classes, that is your 11th and 12th classes, you will study detailed on this topic. So today for your syllabus only 2 methods have to discuss, and let's discuss what are the 2 methods. So what is concentration? It is the amount of solute present in the given amount of a solution or solvent is known as concentration of a solution. The two methods which give the concentration of a solution is, first one is mass by mass percentage, second one is volume by volume percentage. So mass by volume percentage. The first one is a mass by mass percentage. The first one is mass by mass percentage. Second one is mass by volume percentage. Second one is mass by volume percentage. So these are the 2 important methods to express the concentration of a solution. What are they? Mass by mass percentage and mass by volume percentage. So mass by mass percentage is given as one equation is there, and with respect to that equation we have to do the problem also, and you have to by heart that one also. Okay, so mass by mass percentage means a mass of a solute divided by mass of solution. Mass of solute divided by mass of solution into 100. Here 100 you all know, because percentage, in terms of percentage had given, so normally automatically the 100 will be there. Okay, then next one is a mass by volume percentage. What would be it? Mass of the solute divided by volume of the solution into 100. What it is? Mass of solute divided by volume of solution into 100. So these are the two methods normally used to express the concentration of a solution. What are they? Mass by mass percentage, mass by volume percentage. Mass by mass percentage means mass of solute by mass of solution into 100. Mass by volume percentage, and their equation will be mass of solute by volume of solution into 100. So by using these two equations, you have to do the problem based question also. Now we are going to discuss about some terms in solutions. The first one is saturated solution, then solubility, unsaturated solution. Okay, then first one is a saturated solution. Saturated solution means definition wise, and saturated solution is the solution in which no more solute can be dissolved is known as saturated solution. When you prepare some kind of solution and you just add sugar to this water and then mix it well and then again, and when you continuously doing this at a particular state, no more solute can be dissolved in that solution. ഒരു പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ ലെവൽ എത്തിക്കഴിയുമ്പോൾ വീണ്ടും നമുക്ക് സൊല്യൂഷൻ ഇടാൻ പറ്റാത്തൊരവസ്ഥ, കാരണം ഇറ്റ് ഡിസോൾവ് കനോട്ട് ബി ഡിസോൾവ്. That type of a solution is known as a saturated solution. So what is saturated solution? The solution in which no more solute can be dissolved is known as a saturated solution. The solution in which no more solute can be dissolved is known as a saturated solution. Then the next term is solubility. Solubility means it is the amount of solute present in a saturated solution is known as a solubility. When you consider a saturated solution and what is the amount of solute present in that saturated solution, we can give in a simple manner the solubility. What is solubility? The amount of a solute present in the saturated solution is known as a solubility. Okay, hope you understood. Then the last one is unsaturated solution. Saturated solution we discussed. What is it? It is the amount of a solution in which no more solute can be dissolved is known as saturated solution. So surely the unsaturated solution will be the solution in which their amount of solute will be less than the saturation level is known as a unsaturated solution. So unsaturated solution എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്തായിരിക്കും? Saturated solution എന്ന് പറയുന്നതിൽ amount of solute-നേക്കാളും കുറച്ച് കുറഞ്ഞ solutions ആയിരിക്കും surely this unsaturated solution. So these three terms you have to understand, you have to study. It should be needed for your future classes also. Okay, so what are they? Saturated solution, solubility, and unsaturated solution. So this is the main terms in between this classification of homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. We all know the homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture can be mainly classified into three. What are they? Solutions, suspension, colloids. Okay, so solutions we discussed and the concentration of solution we discussed. Now let me move on to the next topic, suspension. Okay, just what is suspension and their properties just we have to discuss. Okay, suspension. A perfect example for the suspension is sand plus water. When the sand gets mixed with water, it doesn't mix completely, isn't it? ഒരിക്കലും നമ്മൾ അത് ആഡ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അത് മിക്സ് ആക്കിയ ഒരു സൊല്യൂഷൻസ് അല്ല നമുക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നത്. So suspension is surely perfectly as a heterogeneous mixture. So we can give the definition of suspension as suspension is a heterogeneous mixture in which the particles are not dissolved, they are suspended throughout the medium. And the particles can be seen through our naked eyes. നമ്മളൊരു വെള്ളത്തിനകത്തേക്ക് മണ്ണിട്ട് മിക്സ് ചെയ്ത് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അതൊരിക്കലും ഡിസോൾവ് ചെയ്തല്ല ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. എങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കുന്നത്? അത് സസ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്താണ് ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. Suspended throughout the medium, and the sand particles we can very easily see through our naked eyes. So based on these concepts, we can give the definition of a suspension as the suspension is a heterogeneous mixture in which particles are suspended in the medium, and the particles can be seen through our naked eyes. Now we are going to discuss about the properties of suspension. And after understanding what the suspension, you are able to say the properties without any doubt. First property should be suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. A simple word, isn't it? Suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. Second one, so I will write here. Suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. The second one is the suspension can be, or the particles of suspension can be seen through our naked eye. Second one can be seen through naked eyes. Second. Third one is as the particle is the size of the particle is larger than solution, it can scatter the beam of light. അതിലൂടെ പാസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന beam of light എന്ത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും? സ്കാറ്റർ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് ആർക്ക് സാധിക്കും? സസ്പെൻഷൻ can scatter the beam of light. Then fourth one is the suspension can be very easily separated through filtration. Sand plus water, by using a filter we can very easily separate the sand and water into two. So they can be, particles level is large, so it is very easy to separate the suspension through the filtration. Can separate through filtration. So these are the important properties of a suspension. What are they? Let's see once more. Suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. The particles can be seen through our naked eyes. Suspension, the particle is large enough to scatter the beam of light, and the particles can separate through the filtration process. So these are about the properties of suspension. So today we discuss about the how to express the concentration and the terms such as saturated solubility and saturated solution, then suspension and its properties, etc. I hope all you understood and study the topic well and watch the video. Stay safe and healthy. Okay, thank you.